You guys, I am in the middle of writing a few devotionals. I tried to batch them out and I ran out. So, a few months ago, when my internet was broken at the old office, if you remember, somebody may have driven over it with a backhoe or a bulldozer, or snapped the line with a skid loader. Either way, I went without internet at the old yellow house for like 2 or 3 weeks. And it was also during the time that Facebook had shut our personal and business accounts down. They had gotten hacked, and we were trying so hard to get them back, and we could not. So I now have no internet, so I can do no work in my office, and I have no Facebook. If you want to guess what that did to our sales and my brain and my daily life, it was shenanigans. And so I had to move into this old office room. Thank God we had an extra room, but it was like an unused office space at our salvage center right next door because they still had internet, just the yellow house did not. And so it was hadn't been used. It's an old building. They're still renovating it. So there's cinder block walls, but thank goodness they were painted. There was a Keurig in there. After I bleached everything and wiped down like all the mouse turds and everything, and I had to do that over and over again every day that I worked in there. And actually, I'm pretty sure Tim purposely did not repair the line because every day I was like ordering rugs from Sam's Club and supplies and stocking the fridge and cleaning things, and all of a sudden there's hot coffee and fresh half and half in the fridge, his Truvia, sweetener, blah blah blah, all the things, Kind bars. He was living his best life. I was like drowning. So all that to say, in that time that I was going through that, I've got no internet. I'm in this office. I'm away from all of my stuff in the yellow house. I just have my computer and what I'm working on. And so I just really felt like, okay, let me just batch out a bunch of our devotionals and all the things. So if you're in the t-shirt club and if you're in the earring of the month club, we have a verse every month. So there's a verse on the t-shirt most of the time. I like sneak it into the design. And then you get a card that goes along with, and it even goes in a frame. Your first month you get the frame, and then every month after that you can swap it out if you want. So I'll write a page on thoughts about the verse, and a prayer you can pray, and a challenge for the month, and some notes on it. So it's really cute. We have a lot of fun. It's just super simple. You can download it, you can print it off as many times as you want. So while I was sitting in that office, frozen from Facebook and all the things, even Instagram too, I had to like sneak in through Abby's account to do anything, which is awful. But guess what I did? I literally sat down and batched out 4 months worth of content. I already knew the shirts I was doing. I already knew the verses I was using. I already knew the theme that we had. So it was just like, just go for it. So I sat down and wrote, and I probably took, like a few hours. I know I did it in an afternoon, where normally if I stop and write one and do the thing, it just takes forever, like, because your mind's all over the place and just like one more thing you have to do. So I was in the zone. I uploaded them all to the website, and so just every month when it was time for the new shirt and time to email our people and say, hey, your t-shirt's on the way, here's your devotional, here's your verse, all the things, all I had to do was pull it from the website and put it on the page for my t-shirt and earring people, and poof, they were good to go. That was months. This was like 4 months ago. So guess what? It is now July, and I just wrote the single page devotional for our t-shirt of the month club, and I was like, okay, I want to go back to that place where it's organized. I want to go back to that place where I don't have to think about it, because now we're doing, the huge, beautiful 14, 15 page study guide if you're in the online Bible study. So I can't be writing like this single page and then doing the 15 page if you're in the online Bible study. That has the colors that go along with it. It has printables. It has all the things that you need to get you through. Like we take the whole passage of scripture. It's not just one verse. We'll take like a whole chunk, whatever's before or after, and like dive deep into the whole thing for the month. So it becomes like a theme. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to get more organized. I've got to next level up this thing if I am going to not be scatterbrained. And batching content just always works better. That's just the way it is. You know, even when you're working on a project, just doing the same thing over and over again is way more effective than like over here, over here, over here, over here. So we're trying to get the shirts out today. Lacey came yesterday, helped me fold everything, inventory everything, and then she came back today for a few hours to batch out just the t-shirts. And I went, oh my gosh, I can't even email my people because we ran out of devotionals. I was living my best life for a while. And like I said, we switched over to this super huge Bible study, so I was like, oh, I know it's going to run out, but it's not run out yet. So all that to say, I'm sitting down looking at the verses that we have coming for the next 3 months, and I'm just like pounding out these devotionals, and I've got the verses in front of me. I even pulled up my ideas for the t-shirts. I know what colors, what verses, like to get an idea of what we're writing and what we're doing. So I'm like all in the zone. So I just have to share with you, like I literally just gave you a 5-minute backstory to like explain why I'm even here right now, to encourage you. I was working on the devotional for September. First of all, it's going to be like a gorgeous, like earthy color, but the verse for that month is Joshua 1:9, and it says, "Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest." And so I started writing about that and what that actually means. And when you unpack that verse, first of all, I don't know if you knew this, I'm like totally giving away the devotional for September. So if you want to join us, this is what you're going to get in September. The words fear not are in the Bible 365 times. So, you know, it's not a coincidence. Or people say, you know, like coincidence is God's way of not getting the credit for a situation. Like I'm totally butchering that quote, but you know, like there are no coincidences. Like it's either God or it's not. And so, you know, even these little quirky things, 365 times, that tells us that every day of the year we are covered with the promise of fear not. Fear not. And so the thing that I love that's so beautiful in this one single verse with Joshua, God is telling us to be strong and of a good courage. He says, be not afraid, be not dismayed. Why would he tell us those things if he didn't know we were struggling with those things, right? There's no coincidence. So he knew what we were going to struggle with. So he put that in his word. But here's the good thing about God, and here's the part where I got overwhelmed, and here's the part where I say, I have to share this with you today. Yes, he's giving us a commandment. He's saying, be strong, be of a good courage, don't be afraid, don't be dismayed. But what is his promise? Like he's telling us, okay, you got to do a hard thing, right? You're going to have to work on this. But the Lord thy God is with you wherever you go. And sometimes I think we just let ourselves get fearful. We disqualify ourselves when we know he's calling us to do something. We tap out early because we think, oh, there's so much opposition. It's just too hard. It must not be God. He shut the door. When the truth is, he is saying, don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed. Be strong. Be of a good courage. Like, what is our testimony if we don't say, yeah, I can't do it myself, but I serve a big God who empowers me, and he said he will go with me wherever I go. So what if we faced hard things with the mentality literally from Scripture? This is the Word of God. This is the promise of God. He says, yep, I'm telling you, you need to be strong. You ever tell your kids something they don't want to do? But the promise is, I'll be with you. I'll give you what you need. I will go before you. I will walk with you. My presence will go with you. Have you ever gone into a hard situation and faced that thing? And then you look back and you're like, I know I could not do that in my natural strength. I know it was God. You know that God showed up with you. You know that God went before you. You know that God made a way. And that's what he's promising us. Wherever we go, he's with us. And so, if you find yourself in a tough place, you kind of went off the rails, or you got sidetracked, or you got tripped up, you know what? Every one of us is going to be facing situations like that for the rest of our lives. But what is his promise even then? The Lord thy God is with you wherever you go. And he even told David in the Psalms, if I make my bed in hell, this is what David said, if I make my bed in hell, even you are there. So we're covered, you guys. So if you're off the rails, if you are upside down, if you're backwards, if you headed in one direction because you thought it was the Lord, and then he's going, hold on a second, the door's closing and you're not sure, do I wait here for him to open it? Am I pivoting? Is he doing something new? Did I misunderstand him? Guess what? Even if it's any one of those things, he said he will be with you wherever you go, wherever you're at. So be encouraged today. This is the God we serve. He never asks us to do something without a promise that he will walk us through. He will be with us. He will empower us. That's the whole purpose of walking with God. That's the whole secret to true Christianity, is believing that we serve a living God that goes before us and does the thing, and he will ask hard things of his children, but never without the promise that he will be with us, that he will never forsake us, that he is doing things even when we can't see. So I just want to encourage you today. I got so fired up when I was writing this thing. Fear steals from us every day, whether it's fear of man, fear of sickness, fear of the situations that we're facing. It steals our joy. It steals our peace. It steals our hope. It'll steal your dreams. You can talk yourself out of dreams that you knew that God has placed on your heart. You can talk yourself out of those. Well, it'll be too hard. It'll take too long. I'm not sure that that's God. But he said he will be with you. He said, be strong. He said, be of a good courage. So fear is a thief. And I'm saying more and more, the devil will try to stop you in your tracks before you even start, right? If he can just get you to stay, if he can just get you to sit down, if he can just get you to be quiet, if he can just get you to do nothing, you're not a target. You don't need to do anything else. He wins. But when you try to step out and start doing the things that God is calling you to do, that's the game changer. That's the part where you step onto some territory. And let me tell you something. That's a good thing. You guys, we are not called to be peacekeepers. Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers. And sometimes there's a little bit of conflict so we can get to the peace. That doesn't mean it's not God. That doesn't mean, I'm going to go under with all this opposition. No, what does he say? You will be victorious. He will be with you. You cannot fail if you are doing what God has called you to do and you're living in obedience. You cannot fail in what he has called you to do. He has already equipped you, or he will bring you what you need. You just need to hold on. You just need to keep going. And how many times do we give up and we stop short of letting God perform a miracle because of fear? So if I can encourage you today to not be fearful, and if you're at all interested in September and having a shirt that literally screams be strong and courageous, and Joshua 1:9 right in front of you, and it's going to be the most gorgeous earthy color you've ever seen. And you can even get the earrings to go with it, that's coordinating with it, that are just drooling to die for. Or you can even just join us in our monthly Bible study. So you could just, if you're in the t-shirt or the earring club, you literally get this every month. And you can unpack that yourself. You can hold on to that yourself. You can print that off. You'll have the scripture with you. You can stick it on your nightstand. Stick it on your bathroom mirror. Put it where you do the dishes. Any place to get the truth of God in your life. Or you can join our online Bible study. And then you get a 15-page PDF study guide printable, and we go online Zoom. We unpack the whole thing. We have a private Facebook group that we can chat things over with. What are you struggling with? What do you need prayer for? What do you want to share about? And then we go live a second night later on in the month and unpack all of that. and we even have Q&As. We have a war room prayer time. I mean, you don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to do it crippled. God's people have been quiet for too long. There are things that are going on in this world that are wrong. And if we do not speak up for the people that cannot speak up for themselves, before you turn around, it's going to be you too. And you're going to be wishing that somebody spoke up for you. And you're going to be wishing that you had spoken up when you had the chance. So find your people. Find the courage to be strong and have a good courage, to not be afraid, to not be dismayed. Why would he tell us that if we didn't need to hear it? He knew what we needed to hear. The Lord thy God is with you wherever you go. I'm like reading this verse 1,000 times and I'm saying, do not let fear steal from you. One more moment. Face that thing. Do the hard thing. Do the thing that he's calling you to do, and watch and see what he will do. And if you need to find your people, you can message me and I will get you the links at the end of the month. We're opening the cart. So that's September, right? We still have an amazing August. I just got all caught up in writing these devotionals and we're on September now. August is a beautiful one too. And if you want to talk about mountain moving and faith, this grain of a mustard seed, then join us then. You are so welcome. And there are people out there for you. Do not go through the year 2022 in this virtual online world and the real world out there without finding your people. They are there and you are so welcome. So fear not. Fear is a liar. And I will see you the next time I'm writing a devotional and go all hot and crazy. So have a good day and we'll talk to you soon.